ஐயா, எங்களுக்கு எத்தனை பிள்ளைங்க இருந்தாலும் எந்த பிள்ளைங்களும் எங்களுக்கு உதவி செய்கிற பிள்ளைங்க இல்லை ஐயா. எங்களுக்கு இந்த நேரத்துக்கு இந்த வயதான காலத்தில் இந்த ஒரு வேளை உணவு கொடுக்கறத நாங்கள் 2 வேளை வச்சிங்கன்னா அதை சாப்பிட எங்களுக்கு அப்பா உதவியாக இருந்து எங்களை வழி நடத்துறீங்களா ஆண்டவரே. என் தேவனே, உங்களுக்கு ஆண்டவரே கொடான கோடி நன்றி ஆண்டவரே.
Arpana! Arpana!
What inspired you to choose to join the Arpana journey?
When I came to know about Project Arpana 2017, I'm so glad a good friend of mine introduced this to me. And I waited for this opportunity, and I had a good time. Whether it's better, good, small or big, I did my part, and I'm very happy about it.
For me, the idea of Arpana actually implanted by my first group of 30 friends who decided to support this effort. Before that, it was no plan. When 30 people of my friends decided to respond and support this work that I was doing.
I've involved in charities and charitable contributions over the years. But once the vision of Arpana and the collective group that had a shared interest and they were able to articulate what that was to me, that was very inspiring. Because to do it alone to a charity and just providing funds versus being part of a team that actually is planning out exactly how this humanitarian work needs to be initiated, driven and also completed.
The work that Arpana has been doing, and I felt it's something different from what I was doing all these years with my father, because they are personally there and they cover the needs of the people. That's very important. So over here, what I've been doing with my father is a general thing, okay, clothes, food, and it's a very general thing. So that's why I started my journey with Arpana 2019. I personally view myself, I personally felt what is all about Arpana, dealing with the different committees, approaching them for their needs, for their daily needs, for their monthly support, and that's what gives me the satisfaction. That's very important. That is what in the end I bring back myself.
The reason I joined Arpana is because we don't just give money. We listen to what they want, we assess, we go through, and then we provide them what they need. And also, charity is not just about giving money or giving something. It's also about being there, maybe holding somebody's hand. I don't speak Tamil, so when we go to visit the old folks and all that, I can't speak to them, but I can just sit there and look at them. I think it says a lot.
For me, I would say he gave only about 10 minutes in the car park. He just came back from Arpana for 2 weeks. Then we met. We went for a function. Me, Mano, and another fellow. So he was talking about Arpana. That's when I want to see. The one is the child, meet him, and the person who, a father who takes care of the HIV kids, and the kid, their mother carried her up to 4th floor. When he told us, it stayed with me for 1 whole year. Then I told myself I should go. That's when I decided to go and see myself, experience. Yeah, it was an experience beyond the word.
I think giving and being part of the charity is two different things altogether. I think when you give, you just give and hope that it goes and reaches the people that you want to reach. But when you're involved, you are actually seeing, feeling, being part of the emotion of the people receiving it, whether they are happy or sad, that gives a lot more purpose to what we are doing. Giving money is so easy, but to understand what the other person is receiving, how they are feeling, it tells so much. And
it's a big inspiration, Arpana, a big inspiration for me, especially in the way we collaborate. Like somebody said, if you want to run fast, you run alone. If you want to run far, you run as a group. So I didn't really understand the meaning of that until we work as a group. Then you realize how far we can go in terms of helping others.
I've been there, getting a sense of what's happening, seeing with my own eyes, and also not only that, getting inspiration from them. Here, we small things we take for granted, we complain, but when you see that what they're going through, right, they actually inspire me and us.
I think the caretakers of the homes, they are truly inspirational. To me, actually, they are the silent heroes. They are not looking for recognition, they're not looking for any award, they're not looking for anything, but the work that they do continuously, it's really like unconditional love. We talk about loving your own children, but these are like 40, 50 children, or sometimes, some of these people, they go on the streets, they rescue some kids, some people from sexual crimes and stuff like that. It's not easy to bring these people into your own home or to look after them. And I think, to me, right, the work that we do, right, I am really, really inspired by these people and the volunteers who actually help us. I think we do a little bit, they do a lot more.
Feeding the senior citizens,
Cheer.
Thank you. She actually, this party, I was sitting next to her talking to her, she actually touched my skin, my chin, and she said, Omar Nandri pa. But for them, it means a lot because it's a meal, one meal a day, one nice hot meal a day, right? But for us, sometimes we take that for granted. But for them, it means the world, that you can get one meal. So I think that really inspired and the type of work we are doing, I think it's fantastic.
Arpana, there's so many moments that are like that, and they are captivating, right? And it touches your heart. One thing particularly for me is, Mercy Nikketan is one of the homes that we actively and closely kind of look forward to supporting year on year. And we definitely make it one of our top visits, in day one we do that. And to actually see the gratitude in their eyes, and then when you have that conversation and they're saying that, my child, even my own network of community, family members are trying to go away from, isolate them and don't want to get near. But that child looks forward to this very day that actually the Arpana team comes to their home. And they are telling them, my friends from Singapore are coming. For them, it is not just a group of guys coming to visit them. For them, it's something more.
The more than the children, because they are still children, no matter how much they grow, how old they are, they're still children. But the mothers, mothers have always inspired me. The way they support, even though their own network have in a way abandoned them or ostracized them, within themselves they have created a support system. Within themselves they have created a camaraderie, which is so, they are from different levels of income. Some of them are very lowly, some of them are menial workers, some of them are middle class, but they support each other without any jealousy or ego. But that's truly inspiring.
I like Java and the two guys, the story. You know, one of the village where when it was flooded, when the collector was asking, coming, we all have to move from here, and nobody wants to move. When Jayapal and the other guys were happening to come on that day, when asked what happened, and then the first oh, they need to move. When these guys went to the oh, need to move, immediately they packed and followed them. And the collector was so surprised, who are you? And that's when Arpana, they came to know about Arpana and everything. That was very inspiring.
Our dear friend Abdullah, right? Abdullah. So, as you know, Arpana's work is throughout the year, right? Although physically we see the work in March, April, but actually before and after throughout the year. So Abdullah is one of our key stakeholders in this entire project. So prior to this trip, one of the times we have a discussion, then we say, hey Abdullah, give us some, how's the preparation going on? It's coming along. How was the preparation along for the sports day, the Tiruvallur village, etc. How long? So sort of a little bit of pressure. Then a few days later, then he gave a call back to us. Okay, done already. I already went there, etc. So I see. Well, how did you go? Did you take a train or comfortable? No, we all squeezed into one small car. Then we went there. Then spent the whole day. Then we found a friend's place to stay. And then we finished and quickly. The next day we come back and squeeze in. Why are you doing all this? You can just have a we would have sponsored you. Have a proper car. Maybe I booked a train because I know there's a train to So this guy said, no, we don't want to. We want to save all these expenses. We know it's very expensive. We want all the money that you all in Singapore, the team that you all work so hard to collect and share with us all the money to go to the recipient. Really, this guy is really very inspirational. He told me this.
What has Arpana achieved? Okay, if you want to sum up and say in maybe one or two sentences, is we inspire each other and inspire others along the way. So that's the only thing we want to sum up. Ready? Arpana. Okay, ready? Arpana.
My first trip to Chengalpet, that's a far, I think there's a long trip that we had, the furthest trip. And when I ended up there, and I was talking to Anuj, and I was talking to Vijayaram, and they told me they're making a few trips there. Then I was asking myself, I just made one trip here, I couldn't hold that, it was so unbearable journey, I would say, for myself. And I was saying, you're traveling here as and when? Yes, ma'am, I'll come here as and when. And I was like, I don't know where to put myself, because the sacrifice they do. I mean, we talk about those who run for home, but look at these boys. They're not making anything from us.
All these people and all our money and our strength and our never ending. He said, you all never give up on us. You didn't give up on us, right? You didn't.
So powerful, right?
Halfway பார்த்துட்டு okay விட்டுட்டு போல தானே மறுபடியும் வந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. And Singapore once a year, but the boys every few months வரும் here. அந்த நம்பிக்கை தான் நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கு. And you are the first people I allow inside this area. He said that in one of the homes. I don't know which home. He said they've never allowed anyone here.
Visitors.
Only Arpana I said yes to.
Okay. Obviously, the work we do, right, requires money. So I go about asking my friends for a contribution. And I realize that I don't fault anybody. Some of them don't give me because they believe in giving their own organization. A group they believe in, their so-called their church, their temple. But we in Arpana are a bit different. We all believe differently. We have different backgrounds. I believe we have different so-called religion also. Right? Our beliefs are different. But when it comes to what we are trying to achieve in Arpana, everybody is common. Right? So in that sense, I feel we are very, very unique in what we do.
The biggest challenge in this journey is convincing the contributors to give a bit more than what they gave the last time, and convincing new contributors to come on board with us. And why? Because we always get this question. உன்னால நான் இங்க செய்ய முடியாம நீ ஏன் போய் ஊர்ல போய் செய்யற? இங்க முதல்ல வீட்டுல ஆரம்பிக்கணும், அப்புறம் தான் வெளியில போய் ஆரம்பிக்கணும். இந்த கேள்விகள்லாம் நாங்க நிறைய கேட்டுட்டோம். ஆனா இவங்க எல்லாருக்கும் நாங்க சொல்ற ஒரே பதில், இங்க எல்லாருக்கும் உதவி கேட்டு போனாங்கன்னா உதவுறதுக்குன்னு நிறைய கழகங்கள் இருக்கு, நிறைய வெல்ஃபேர் ஹோம்ஸ் இருக்கு, நிறைய அப்ரோச்சஸ் இருக்குது. ஆனால் ஊரில் அவங்களுக்கு முதல்ல அவங்களுக்கு படிப்பறிவு இருக்காது, இல்லைன்னா ஒரு ஜாதி மதத்தை முன்னிட்டு அவங்க பின்தள்ளப்பட்ட ஒரு உறுப்பினராக இருந்தாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு சிட்டியில் நகரத்தில் உதவி கேட்கறதுக்கு அந்த வழிவகை இருக்காது, அல்லது யார்கிட்ட போய் கேட்கணுங்கிற ஒரு படிப்பறிவும் இருக்காது. இப்படிப்பட்ட நண்பர்களுக்கு இப்படிப்பட்ட இவங்களுக்கு போய் நாம் உதவி செய்கிறது தான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம்னு நம்மளோட கான்ட்ரிபியூட்டர்ஸை நம்ம நம்ப வைக்கணும்.
I want to just talk a little bit about the kids who are the heart of Arpana, the seeds of Arpana, because people may not realize the impact. In 10 years' time, the very small kids whom we're seeing in these villages sitting down and looking at us are the ones who are going to go to school. They are the ones who are going to get the family out of that poverty. And it's so important that we are starting. Actually, we started this when we came during this year. It was so nice. We found 2 girls who are the first to step out of the village to go to school. And for me, that was the main essence of uplifting the livelihood of these people. Because the families, the kids, we have to empower them, and we need to continue doing that.
When I went there, I saw that there were really people who need to be fed every day. So we fed the old mothers and all. I think they need to be fed because they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what really inspired me was when we look at the beggars community, the kids, the orphans. I think we were doing something.
Nobody would ever.
Where we were really teaching them how to fish. And that kind of gave me a new hope of what I'm doing, what I'm contributing is making a difference for them to continue this journey, not only for themselves, for the next future of the people they are leading.
The inspiration, I think, is not just coming from where we go for the charity that we're doing. I think it's coming from among us. And for us to do what we are doing now is coming from the contributors. All right? And without them, we can't do what we're doing now. From bringing it down to India, to share it with the team there who's actually helping us to spread this to all the needies that we can't see. And they are doing all that work to know, find out whether this home needs it or whether they don't need it. And all that work is very hard. And one of the last home that we went, I think the lady was saying that the boys came in there like 10-15 times to make sure that that home really needs the help. And at least, and that tells us how much work goes into to running this organization in India to make sure that whatever the contributors has given us, every single dollar is used to the best of the use that it's supposed to be.
I feel like we are all like visitors to this like planet Earth, and it's not about. It is my first year joining Arpana, and it's not about like feeling sorry for these people. It's more on being compassionate, and I think a lot of times we take very small things for granted. And after this trip, I realized like there's nothing in this world that is permanent. Everyone is temporary. So I think a lot of times we miss out on the small little things that we have in our lives, and it's very important to cherish people that we have around us.